Losing sleep after 60 is not just uncomfortable, it can be deadly. A few nights of broken rest are enough to push fat into the belly, surrounding the liver, the pancreas, even the heart itself. This hidden fat poisons blood sugar, stiffens arteries, and fuels the very diseases that steal years of life and strip away independence. What most people dismiss as just a bad night can, over time, turn into the silent force that triggers diabetes, heart attacks, and sudden decline. Many do not discover the truth until their doctor points to the scan, showing organs wrapped in fat that grew silently in the dark of restless nights. Science from both Japan and the United States shows that the damage is not permanent. When deep restorative sleep is brought back into rhythm, the very hormones that drive belly fat begin to settle. Hunger eases without effort, energy flows more steadily through the day, and the body becomes willing to burn instead of store. With each night of better rest, the stubborn weight around the abdomen that once felt impossible to lose can finally begin to release. Ignoring this could cost more than a few inches on the waist. Every night of shallow sleep adds to the hidden fat that strangles the heart, poisons the blood sugar, and pushes the body closer to collapse. If you turn away now, you may miss the very routine that has spared countless older adults from the spiral of disease and decline. What I am about to share may be the difference between years lost too soon and years lived in strength. I am Dr. Suzuki Sato, Japan's oldest nutritionist. For more than a century, I have witnessed how neglecting sleep accelerates decline, while nurturing it restores strength that many believed lost forever. Have you noticed how a poor night's rest leaves your appetite heavier the next day? If so, share your experience in the comments because your story may help another. Stay with me now. Together we will uncover why belly fat clings, the hidden sleep barrier behind it, and the two-part evening habit that can help melt it away. For most of life, we are told that belly fat is a matter of what we eat and how much we move. That is part of the truth, but it is not the whole truth, especially after 60. Many older adults tell me, I haven't changed my diet, I haven't stopped walking, yet my waist keeps growing. What they rarely realize is that the body's nightly repair system has quietly shifted. When sleep becomes shallow, hormones lose balance, and when hormones slip, fat no longer follows the old rules. Let me explain this in plain words. Two hormones, ghrelin and leptin, control much of our appetite. Ghrelin says, eat more, and leptin says, you have had enough. When sleep is short, ghrelin rises and leptin falls. That means the body pushes for more food even when it doesn't truly need it. Another hormone, cortisol, stays higher at night when sleep is broken. Cortisol tells the body to store fat, and it prefers the belly as storage. This is not weakness, it is biology. Research from the National Institutes of Health in America shows that adults who sleep fewer than 6 hours a night tend to gain more visceral fat, the kind that hides deep inside. A long-term study from Tokyo also found that older adults with irregular sleep had higher waist measurements even when their calorie intake was the same as those who slept well. The message is clear. Sleep does not just rest the mind, it steers where fat settles. Before we go further, let me share a simple picture. Imagine an older neighbor who still tends the garden every day, eats 3 modest meals, yet complains that pants feel tighter. The problem may not be the meals or the work. It may be the 3 a.m. wake-ups, the restless tossing, the late-night television. What feels harmless is quietly instructing the body to save more fat in the middle. Pay close attention here. This could change the way you see your own nights. When belly fat builds in younger years, diet and exercise often make quick progress. After 60, the game changes. If sleep is out of rhythm, the body resists those efforts, no matter how hard you try. This is why so many seniors feel discouraged. They count calories, they walk faithfully, yet the waistline hardly moves. The missing piece is that the body's inner clock has slipped, and only by resetting it can the fat stores unlock. Have you ever noticed how one bad night makes the next day harder? More cravings, less energy, less patience? That is not just mood, that is physiology. If you have felt this cycle in your own life, I would love to hear in the comments. Others may read your words and realize they are not alone. Now, before we step into the fix, let us reframe the problem in a new way. Belly fat after 60 is not simply a storage problem. It is a timing problem. Our bodies run on circadian rhythms, internal clocks that tell every cell when to work and when to rest. If those clocks fall out of sync, digestion slows at night, insulin becomes less efficient, and fat storage deepens around the organs. This is why late-night meals or bright light before bed are so damaging. They confuse the clock, and the waist pays the price. This is worth hearing twice. The body is not just storing fat randomly. It is following the signals we send through sleep, light, and timing. If we send the wrong signals, belly fat hardens. If we restore the signals, the same body can begin to release what it has held. Stay with me now, because before I reveal the nightly habit that can restore those signals, we must talk about a hidden barrier that blocks progress if left unaddressed. Without understanding that barrier, even the best sleep hack will fail to work. Before we can restore sleep and melt away stubborn belly fat, we must first uncover the hidden barrier that keeps so many older adults stuck. The truth is, even if you go to bed early, even if you close your eyes for 8 hours, your body may not be receiving the deep restorative rest it needs. The reason lies in something most people overlook: the circadian rhythm, the body's master clock. Think of this clock as the conductor of an orchestra. Every instrument is a different process in your body: digestion, hormones, heart rhythm, brain repair. When the conductor is clear, all the instruments play in harmony. But when the conductor loses the beat, the orchestra falls into confusion. In the same way, when the body's inner clock drifts off time, appetite hormones, fat storage, and sleep quality all fall out of rhythm. What disrupts this conductor most after 60? Two common things: evening light and late eating. Our eyes and stomach are not just organs of sight and digestion, they are timekeepers. Bright light from a television or tablet at night tells the brain, daytime is still here. A late dinner or midnight snack tells the digestive system, the day has not ended. When the brain and stomach disagree, the body does not release melatonin properly, cortisol remains higher, and deep sleep is blocked. Pay close attention here, because this is the trap most people never notice. You may think you are lying in bed for 8 hours, but if melatonin is suppressed and cortisol is high, your sleep is shallow. And shallow sleep does not protect you from belly fat. In fact, research from both Harvard in the United States and Tokyo University in Japan shows that older adults exposed to more nighttime light and later meals had higher waist measurements, even when their calorie intake was not higher. The timing, not just the amount, was the deciding factor. Let me give you a picture you may recognize. Imagine finishing dinner at 9 p.m., turning on the television until midnight, and then heading to bed. You may still sleep 7 hours, but the first 2 hours are light and broken. The next day you wake groggy, crave more food, and your body stores more fat centrally. Compare that to finishing dinner at 6:30, dimming the lights by 8, and allowing the body to drift into deep sleep by 10. The same person, the same calories, but entirely different outcomes for the waistline. Have you ever noticed that when dinner is late or the television is bright, your body feels heavier and your sleep feels less refreshing? If so, share that experience in the comments. Your story may be exactly what helps another person recognize the same pattern in their own life. Here is another layer. As we age, body temperature regulation changes. Younger adults naturally cool their core temperature at night, which signals the brain to deepen sleep. Older adults often hold more heat, which keeps the brain from entering slow-wave sleep. This is one reason why a warm bath followed by a cooler bedroom works so well. It mimics the natural drop the body struggles to achieve. Without this, even with the right bedtime, deep sleep may not arrive. Don't drift now. The next step may be the hinge that finally makes progress possible. Because once you recognize that light, meal timing, and temperature are the true barriers, you can stop blaming yourself for weak willpower. It was never weakness, it was misaligned signals. And the good news is that signals can be reset. Only a small share of people watching these lessons are subscribed. If you are finding value in this, subscribing allows us to keep bringing you these simple, science-based tools each week. And tell us, do you already have an evening habit like dimming lights or sipping warm tea that helps you sleep? Sharing it could give someone else an idea they can try tonight. Stay with me, because next we will uncover the two-part evening habit, the simple sleep hack, that aligns the body's inner clock and finally allows belly fat to release. Now that we see how light, timing, and temperature can block true rest, we can talk about the two-part habit that restores balance. These are simple actions, but when combined, they reset the body's inner clock in a way that encourages deeper sleep and, over time, a slimmer waistline. The first part is morning light. Our bodies were designed to wake with the sun, and light in the early hours is the strongest signal we can give the brain. It tells the master clock, the day has begun. When the brain receives this message clearly, it naturally begins preparing for sleep earlier that night. Many older adults who feel stuck in late bedtimes are simply missing that morning anchor. Even on cloudy days, 15 minutes of daylight on the porch, by a window, or on a short walk can reset the rhythm. Research in Japan and America both confirm that morning light improves sleep consolidation and lowers nighttime wake-ups. The second part is the evening cool-down. Here, we use warmth and then coolness to guide the body toward rest. A warm shower or bath 90 minutes before bed raises skin temperature. As the body cools afterward, the core temperature drops, signaling the brain that it is safe to enter deep sleep. Pair this with an earlier, lighter dinner and dimmed lights, and the body is led gently into the kind of rest that releases growth hormone and mobilizes stored fat. This is not speculation. Studies show that people who eat earlier and lower their core temperature before bed experience more restorative sleep cycles. This is worth hearing twice. Deep sleep is when growth hormone rises, and growth hormone is one of the body's natural fat regulators. Without it, belly fat clings. With it, fat metabolism improves. That is why these simple steps, morning light and evening cool down, do more than soothe. They unlock a biological process that no diet alone can touch. Imagine an evening where dinner finishes by 7, lights are softened, a warm bath brings calm, and the bedroom is comfortably cool. The body slides into deep rest, growth hormone is released, and appetite hormones are steadied for the next day. Compare that to the restless pattern of late meals, bright screens, and warm bedrooms. The difference is not just how you feel in the morning, it is how your waistline changes across the months. For those who need adaptations, there are many. If mobility is limited, a seated shower or even a warm foot soak can create the same thermal effect. If mornings are difficult, simply opening curtains wide and sitting by the window with tea can provide enough light. If family schedules make early dinners hard, shifting heavier foods earlier in the day and keeping the evening meal lighter still protects the rhythm. The habit bends to you. You do not have to bend your life entirely around it. Don't overlook how powerful this can be. In American studies, participants who lengthened sleep by just an hour naturally ate fewer calories, often without noticing. In Japanese households, those who preserved earlier dinners and evening baths had better metabolic health into their 70s and 80s. These results are not miracles. They are the steady rewards of rhythm. If you already practice one of these habits, whether stepping into morning light or enjoying an evening bath, share how it changes your nights. Your experience may inspire someone who has never tried it before. What we have now is a foundation. Light, warmth, and timing create the conditions for sleep to do its silent work. But not every body responds the same way. Next, we will talk about fine-tuning, who must be careful, which adjustments may be needed, and how to adapt this routine if medications, reflux, or cultural habits make things more complex. Every body is unique. What works for many can feel different for some, and health conditions or medications may change the way a habit affects you. Knowing these exceptions keeps the routine safe, realistic, and adaptable. One common concern is diabetes. For those who take insulin or certain oral medications, moving dinner earlier can sometimes create a longer gap before bed, raising the risk of nighttime lows. In these cases, a small, balanced snack, a little yogurt, a few nuts, or a slice of whole grain toast may be the better path. The goal is not strict fasting, but protecting sleep without putting blood sugar at risk. That is why conversations with a clinician are essential. Another concern is reflux. Eating too close to bedtime can worsen symptoms, and research in both Japan and the United States shows that late meals are strongly linked to nighttime reflux episodes. For those with this condition, a wider gap between the last bite and lying down can mean deeper sleep and less belly fat over time. Choosing lighter evening meals, soups, steamed vegetables, or gently cooked fish can make a noticeable difference. Temperature also deserves attention. While many thrive on a cooler bedroom, some older adults feel chilled easily, which itself can disturb sleep. A solution is to keep the room cooler, but use breathable bedding and warm socks. That way, the body still cools at its core while you feel comfortably warm. Small adjustments like these honor comfort while preserving the science. Pay attention here. It is easy to overlook these refinements, yet they are often the hinge that allows the main habit to succeed. A warm bath or shower is powerful, but if mobility is limited, even a warm foot soak or a heating pad across the shoulders can mimic the same effect. What matters most is that gentle shift in body temperature that tells the brain to let go. Consider also the influence of caffeine. Sensitivity increases with age, and even an afternoon cup of tea or coffee may echo into the night. If sleep feels fragile, experiment with moving caffeine earlier in the day and switching to roasted barley tea, decaffeinated green tea, or warm herbal infusions in the evening. For many, this single shift transforms the night. Let me share a small story. A woman in her early 70s came to me convinced her belly fat was unchangeable. She ate modestly and walked daily, yet her waistline crept outward. The hidden detail was that she ate dinner at 9 o'clock and went straight to bed. We adjusted her schedule. Dinner by 7, a warm shower before 10, and lights dimmed afterward. Within 3 months, her sleep was deeper, her appetite calmer, and her waistband eased for the first time in years. Her secret was not struggle, it was rhythm. Don't drift now. The final piece may be the one that turns these habits into a daily pattern you can follow with ease. Because it is one thing to know what helps, and another to weave it gently into the flow of ordinary evenings. Have you ever tried adjusting your dinner time or changing your evening drink and noticed a difference in your sleep? Share that with us. Your example might give someone else a small, practical step they can try tonight. In the next part, we will pull everything together into a simple daily rhythm. You will see how to combine morning light, evening cooling, and meal timing into one flowing plan that protects your waistline without demanding perfection. We have gathered many threads, light, temperature, meal timing, and now it is time to weave them into one fabric you can wear each day. When these elements flow together, they stop being steps and start becoming a rhythm that guides the body toward better sleep and a calmer waistline. Picture the day beginning with curtains opening wide. Morning light pours in, and the body's inner clock receives a clear message that the day has started. That one signal will echo into the evening, making sleep arrive more easily when the time comes. Breakfast follows soon after, anchoring digestion to the morning rather than the night. This pairing, light and nourishment, plants the flag of the day firmly where it belongs. As the hours pass, meals stay steady and movement is gentle but consistent. A short walk after lunch, watering plants, or stretching while waiting for the kettle, these are not small acts. They are cues that keep energy burning and prevent the sluggishness that tempts us to nap too late. By the time evening arrives, the body is prepared to wind down rather than gear up. Dinner arrives earlier whenever possible, with foods that comfort without weighing heavily. Soups, vegetables, fish or tofu, all easy to digest and calming for the system. The appetite feels satisfied, yet the stomach has time to settle before lying down. This change alone often reduces reflux, improves blood sugar balance, and leads to deeper rest. Then comes the evening cool down. A warm shower or bath, perhaps even just a foot soak, creates that shift in temperature the body uses as a signal. Lights dim, voices soften, and the bedroom is prepared. A space that is cool, quiet, and welcoming. When the head touches the pillow, the body already knows what to do. Sleep deepens, growth hormone rises, cortisol falls, and the belly is no longer the favored storage site. This is worth hearing again. Perfection is not required. Missing a night or two does not erase the progress. What matters is consistency across weeks and months. Small changes, practiced steadily, reshape the rhythm of the body. Over time, they add up to noticeable differences in energy, appetite, and the fit of your waistband. The most powerful part of this plan is its simplicity. There is no special equipment, no costly diet, no punishing exercise. Just alignment with the body's natural design, light in the morning, calm in the evening, nourishment at the right times, and gentle cues to rest. Many seniors who felt helpless discover that once they respect these signals, their bodies begin to work with them instead of against them. I would love to hear which part of this rhythm you will begin with tonight. Will it be opening the curtains early, moving dinner just a little earlier, or trying a warm soak before bed? And tell us what surprised you most. Was it the power of light, the effect of timing, or the way temperature shapes sleep? We read every comment, and your voice may be the encouragement another person needs. What comes next is our closing reflection. Together, we will revisit the journey we have taken and remind ourselves why even the smallest daily change can protect independence for years to come. We began with a difficult truth. After 60, shallow or broken sleep can quietly drive fat into the belly, where it threatens not just appearance but health and independence. Many believe it is only diet or exercise that matters, but the science shows otherwise. Sleep is not a luxury. It is one of the strongest regulators of weight and metabolism. The hopeful part is that restoring sleep does not require perfection or drastic measures. You have learned how simple signals, morning light, earlier meals, and evening cool down, reset the body's inner clock. These cues lower cortisol, release growth hormone, and help appetite hormones find their balance again. That is why these habits do more than ease rest. They protect your waistline and, over time, your independence. This is worth hearing twice. Your body is not broken. It still responds to rhythm. Each time you open the curtains at sunrise, each time you give your stomach time to rest before bed, each time you allow your body to cool gently into the night, you are telling your cells, it is safe to repair. It is safe to release. I invite you to think about one step you can begin tonight. Is it dimming the lights an hour earlier? Is it sitting by the window in the morning? Is it moving dinner forward by half an hour? Share your answer in the comments. Others will see your choice and may be inspired to try their own. Let us end with this thought. Independence in later years is not defended by force, but by rhythm. When you align with the body's natural clock, it will quietly work for you, guarding strength and guiding you toward a lighter, steadier future.